And we're back, CD 1959 with you, finishing up the old stock today. It sat overnight with the red on it. 4/0 steel wool, extra fine. You're basically just taking off the excess and polishing. Really smooths things down. This thing is just like a piece of glass, maybe. Really smooth. I've been doing this for about 10-15 minutes now. I think we're good enough. Nice soft cloth. That also polishes. Just like a car, the better your finish is before you paint, the better it's going to look when you're done painting. Oh, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's take this bad boy outside. Maybe the sun's still low enough. Seems like early morning light is your best filming light. Let's take it outside, see what it looks like. Yeah, we don't have any sun, but natural light's better than fluorescent light for showing something like this. Did come out with a touch of red on it. Right hand side is excellent. Like I said, I sanded down. I have absolutely perfect fit with the recoil pad, the butt plate again. Over here where most of the damage was at, right through this middle, if you remember that, and there's a bunch of like wrinkly stuff in there. There's one little spot. It's so fine. You can barely feel it once you put some oil coats on there. You won't feel that. There's probably the worst one on the whole gun. I can feel it, like say, coat of oil, coat of true oil. This stuff is not hard, people. If you got a gun you want to do this, just takes a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of time, sandpaper, steel wool. She's going to look good. I'm going to go downstairs. We'll hit her some true oil. All right, we got her back on the operating table. We're going to give her a couple of coats of true oil, Birchwood Casey. You ever notice this stuff is stored upside down, cap down? If you're wondering how good of a finish that stuff is for a gun, there's 4 of my favorite knives in the kitchen. These are all sealed with that. My #1 butcher. This thing is probably used 3-4 times a week. It's in hot soapy water for years and years. That's a pretty damn good finish. All you do is palm it. Palming it in, they call it hand rub. Just poke yourself a small hole in the middle of it. You store it face down. You never have any of that buildup. Never turns to gook. I'm going to get some on the recoil pad, but I'm not going to sweat it. Yeah, baby. It's going to look good. That first coat lasted 40 years. No reason to believe this one won't last that long easily. She won't be quite that glossy when it dries down, but I'm thinking she's going to look pretty good. We'll give her another coat. We'll get this video on TV for you. Alright folks, we're going to wrap this thing up on this stock here tonight. This has got the second coat of true oil on it. What it leaves you with is a very, very high gloss finish. Now's the time to make the big decision. You're going to leave it in this high gloss, or you're going to knock it back, they call it. Take it back to a satin finish or take it back to a matte. Between every coat of this stuff, your 4/0 steel wool, the finest stuff you can get. You just start working it over. Very easy. This is not elbow muscle, this is finesse. You don't want to go too far. You see how that has already taken a lot of that shine, the high off. You know, you can take it back, you want a semi-gloss. I think that's where I'm going to go when I'm done. I got a little run right here that's going to get worked over pretty good. You can tell the difference is just that little bit I did to it. It doesn't have the shiny shine, but it's still got a little bit. I think that's where I'm going to go. Anyway, that's how you do it. Take your steel wool very lightly. I'd suggest go over the whole gun as much as you want. Check it. Work some spots a little more, a little less. Can't do a little less once it's done. But the thing is, if you went too far, you decide you don't like it, just give it another coat. It's going to be shiny just like this. You can knock it back or leave it shiny, whatever you want. I'm going to take this all the way back, knock it back to a dull matte, and that's what you want to do between coats. And I'm going to take it downstairs. I'm going to put one last coat. This is 2. I think 3 will be sufficient. And then I'll show you how you put that coat on there to keep the fingerprints at bay. Let's go downstairs. All right, I got this baby all knocked back with steel wool. Semi-gloss, not too bad looking. I think that's about where I'm going to be when I'm done. Probably do 2 more coats. I'm going to show you how to put the coats on there. And the biggest thing, when you're done, you don't have fingerprints on it. I already did this once for you, I think. Come on off there. Just hand rub it in. And like most paint, varnish, anything else, they always say a few thin coats are way better than heavy. The first one I put on pretty heavy. If it wanted to drink up oil, let it. But after that, light coats. Anytime you stop, you leave a fingerprint in the oil, which is something we don't want. Very, very easy to cure though. The more I look at this thing, the more I like it. If I was going to leave the stainless steel barrel in it, I would just leave more of a shine on it. But it's going to get the blue. There's absolutely nothing says a year from now, come back and put another coat on it. Make it how you want it. Change it if you don't like it. Okay, we're ready to do the final on it. I'll show you what we're going to do. You got to hang her up. At least that's the best thing I've ever found to do. Hey, that's more than. Full length. Don't stop. there should be. The stuff wipes right off. Hit the soap and water, washes right up. No big deal. I'm going to wrap this video up with that. I think you get a pretty good gist of what the process is, what it's going to be like, shiny, matte, whatever the case. Next time you see it, it'll probably be on a bipod in a sandbag somewhere, hurling lead downrange. Thanks a lot, folks.